The Minister for the Interior, Ambrose Derry, by an executive instrument, has imposed a curfew on Drobo, Japekrom and 6 other communities in the German South municipality of the Bono-Ahafo region following a shooting incident that has taken 2 lives and injured several others.
Now, the curfew, which takes effect from today, starts from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. each day and will remain in force until further notice. Meanwhile, the police have beefed up security to prevent any reprisal attacks. The police, however, said no arrests have been made. City News' Michael Saponifum has the rest of the story.
There is relative calm in the area after the deployment of security personnel. The situation could have escalated, but for the timely intervention of the police. The attack led to the death of Wafa Atasena, Branchehini of Japekrom, and 1 other person who is yet to be identified. The 14 persons who sustained injuries during yesterday's attack are currently at the Sampa Government Hospital receiving treatment.
Now, up to 50 school children have been evacuated after a building which houses the Christ Legacy Academy, a warehouse and a church caught fire this afternoon. The building, located in Asafo Abinchi in Kumasi, went up in flames at about 2 p.m. on Thursday.
Now, it took fire officers hours to bring the situation under control after leaked hose and shortage of water from the initial 2 fire tenders slowed down the operation. Additional fire tenders were called in to assist the helpless fire officers who initially responded to the emergency. Although the cause of the fire is not yet known, fire officials say investigations have begun into it. Some journalists were assaulted and their gadgets destroyed by members of the Christ Cosmopolitan Incorporated Church for capturing the incident. Meanwhile, 4 members of the Christ Cosmopolitan Incorporated Church have been arrested by the Asokwa Police Command for assault. The 4, including the head pastor of the church, Pastor Obed Obeng, were picked up for allegedly damaging a camera belonging to the Ghana Broadcasting Corporation. Now, in a related development, thousands of Ghana cedis and property have been totally burned to ashes as a result of a fire outbreak at the Sekondi Central Prison's quarters on Wednesday evening. Though the fire service is still not sure of the cause of the fire outbreak, which has rendered 3 officers' families homeless, it is believed it must have been triggered by electrical fault at the 10-room colonial structure. City News' Akwesi J. Enim has the details from Sekondi in the Western region.
The inferno broke out around 9 p.m. on Wednesday at the Block C of the Sekondi Central Prison's quarters when most of the prison officers and their families were either sleeping or preparing to sleep. Although no life was lost, properties running into thousands of cedis was devoured by the inferno. But for the timely intervention of the fire service, the situation would have escalated. The Western Regional Fire Command PRO, DO3 Emmanuel Boni, tells me what has been their findings so far.
By 9:41, the appliance got to this place and they saw that 2 rooms are burning and it was spreading to the 3rd rooms. And we saw that it was the Block C. So quickly our men began to fight the fire and seeing the huge nature of the fire and the way it was spreading. And the wind too was high at that time. So even we called in Pump 2 and they begin to fight the fire. So around 2 minutes past 10, they've extinguished the fire.
Now, the Electoral Commission has indicated that it would set up a working group that would facilitate the implementation of the Representation of the People's Amendment Act, that's ROPAA. The working group, according to the EC, will be made up of representatives of registered political parties and civil society organizations. And a High Court in Accra in 2017 ordered the Electoral Commission to implement within 12 months the ROPAA Law 2006, which is Act 699, indicating that the EC had for the last 10 years breached the rights of Ghanaians living abroad, failing to give them an opportunity to vote. According to a statement released by the Commission after an IPAC meeting, the working group would be tasked with the responsibility of defining the modalities, scope and timelines for the implementation of ROPAA.
Imagine having to travel 30 minutes on a dusty and bumpy road to deliver a baby only to lose it on arrival. That has been the plight of some women and residents of Jaiketi and surrounding communities in the Sojaman district of the Eastern region in their quest for better health care. City News' Anne Shelley Ziwu visited the community and filed this report.
Healthcare is a basic right of any community, but for the people of Jaiketi, it appears to be more of a privilege. For over 30 years, residents of Jaiketi, a farming community surrounded by the Volta Lake, have had no immediate access to quality healthcare delivery. Though they constantly deal with the absence of some other basic social amenities, the issue of healthcare is a priority to them. Residents here have to ply the dusty and bumpy road for 30 minutes just to get to the nearest hospital in Akosombo to access healthcare. At night, they fear the worst might happen. This fear and the absence of a government hospital, which has denied them their basic healthcare needs, pushed them to turn their area council into a health center. This was after a native who gave out his building to be used as a hospital took it back due to the poor management of the facility by residents and neglect by government. The makeshift health center can boast of only 2 nurses who were, however, not at post at the time of arrival.
Now, residents of Omanjo in the Central Municipality of the Greater Accra region have been forced to pay extra for transportation fares to commute from the community to the Central Business District as a result of deplorable roads. According to commercial drivers who ply the route, they have been forced to increase fares astronomically to make up for the extra cost of maintenance of their vehicles. There is more in the following report by City News' Philip Ni-Lati.
The road, meant to bring relief to commuters and drivers of Omanjo and its environs, has now become a bane in their lives. The bad road starts from the Mensa Ado School Junction in the Central Municipality through to Amomole in the North Municipality. Though motorists heading to Amasaman and Pokwase can ply this route, they are compelled to find alternative ways to get to their destination. The situation has resulted in the increase of transportation fares.
The road is very bad. Passengers are complaining, we drivers too are complaining, and car owners too are complaining because people are boarding car from here to Accra every morning, in the afternoon, evening, any time. The road is busy for us, but the road is not good. Maintenance are very high on this road.